Welcome back to episode 84 of the What Do We Do podcast. On today's show, we're giving you a crash course on ChatGPT. So grab your notepad and paper, better yet, your tablet, laptop, or 3D hologram recording device to take good notes. It's going to be a great show, so let's go.
Welcome to What Do We Do? A podcast discussing wealth management and financial planning featuring key leaders in our communities. Hosted by founder and CEO of Great Lakes Wealth, Dewey Stephan. Tune in to hear how you can plan for and live your best life.
Well, hey, everyone out there in YouTube land and podcast nation, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the What Do We Do podcast. And on today's show, we're going to give you the down and dirty on ChatGPT. Have you heard of this? Well, if not, where have you been? Regardless, we're going to get into it today. ChatGPT is the fastest growing app of all time. After only 5 days of being open in November 2022, they had over 1 million users, only 5 days in. Well, after only 2 months of being open, they had over 100 million users. Compare that to TikTok, that took 9 months to get to 100 million users. That, my friends, is an impact. To begin with, ChatGPT is a free AI chatbot. You can ask it everything or anything. And just like Google, Siri, or Alexa, it will answer the questions that you ask. But unlike Siri, Google, and Alexa, it will also create stories, create information, and create conversations like making a story, like writing a poem. This is next level, my friends, and it's using its own intelligence to create answers and solutions. So we're going to go through it fast today, but we want to discuss what the heck is AI, what is conversational AI, what is a chatbot, and certainly what is ChatGPT. Well, to begin with, why don't you go ahead and open up a web browser and type in openai.com or chat.openai.com so you can at least follow along with this podcast and what we're talking about. All right, to begin, let's talk about AI. What is AI? Artificial intelligence refers to the development and implementation of computer systems and machines designed that typically require human intelligence. AI aims to create systems that can perceive, understand, reason, learn, and make decisions similar to humans. The broad category of AI, artificial intelligence, has certainly been around a while. Artificial intelligence is the first layer we need to peel back to get down to ChatGPT. So a subset of AI is conversational AI. And this is important because it's a branch of artificial intelligence enabling computers and machines to engage in natural and human-like conversations with its users. Conversational AI is basically the backbone of what you have with Alexa, Siri, and Google. These devices use that artificial intelligence to answer questions or respond to requests that are made by its users. The bottom line with conversational AI is it aims to bridge the gap between humans and machines, enabling a more natural and interactive experience with successful outcomes. So the next layer to talk about after we discuss artificial intelligence and conversational AI is this thing called the chatbot. The chatbot is the computer program designed to simulate the conversation with human users. It uses artificial intelligence and conversational AI to provide natural language processing, NLP, for chat windows, messaging apps, and voice assistants. They are programmed to interact with the users, to provide information and answer questions, and even perform certain tasks by the users. I'm not going to get into the weeds with it today, but there are basically two types of chatbots. Those that are rules-based chatbots and those that are AI-powered chatbots. And guess what? ChatGPT is an AI-powered chatbot. Now that we've peeled back AI and chatbot, let's get into ChatGPT. And maybe the first place to start is, what is GPT? The G stands for generative, the P stands for pre-trained, and the T stands for transformer. Generative, pre-trained, transformer is certainly a tongue twister. So generative refers to the model's ability to generate content such as text. Pre-trained means the large data set that ChatGPT is learning from. It basically takes all of the information from the internet and reads it and stores it and analyzes it and stores it. And that's the word that ends up being pre-trained. And transformer refers to basically the platform that it's built on and the architecture as a deep learning module for the mechanisms and processes and to generate the text and all of the answers that go with the equations. So all of that is just a very fancy way of saying that ChatGPT will take your question and then search its vast database, which is always being uploaded and always being updated, and then give you an answer. But unlike the prior artificial chatbots that will just respond, like Alexa or Siri, it will also go beyond just answering the question, and it will come up with additional thought processes that the user should consider. That's called machine learning. So rather than just give an output, it's also going to analyze, give options, and with ChatGPT can also then create its own narrative or outcome-based solution that may not be what has already been determined. That's a fancy way of saying it can think for itself and tell you what it thinks. ChatGPT was created by OpenAI, which is an artificial intelligence research laboratory. And OpenAI launched ChatGPT on November 30th, 2022. The current version of ChatGPT is 3.5, and it is free for all of us to use as they are doing research and looking for comments and feedback in this they call the collection phase. Again, there is a version 4.0, and I'm sure there'll be other versions, and expect down the road there'll be a subscription version or a pay-to-use version. So while you can, please go to openai.com or chat.openai.com and take advantage and learn and kind of see what we're all talking about. I'd like to take a second and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the What Do We Do podcast. If you can give a subscribe, give a like, give a share. As we always say, thank you very much. And together, everyone achieves more. So I'm going to wrap up today's talk on ChatGPT by maybe giving 3 strengths or 3 positives of ChatGPT and then 3 negatives or maybe 3 concerns about ChatGPT and why this is such a huge discussion about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and everything having to do with this. The 3 main advantages to ChatGPT at this point may be considered language generation versatility and adaptability, and also continuous learning. With language generation, if you need assistance, information, maybe some creative input, ChatGPT can provide detailed and coherent responses. With versatility and adaptability, ChatGPT is highly versatile and is suitable for numerous applications, whether that's drafting emails, doing code, answering questions, brainstorming ideas, whatever the solutions you're looking for, ChatGPT is extremely versatile and able to adapt. And perhaps the biggest benefit of ChatGPT, which would be the third benefit for today, would be the continuous learning. ChatGPT can continuously build upon its existing knowledge base by grabbing additional information, processing it, and again, learning from the information that it's received. This is a game changer for the future of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Okay, so like everything else out there, there are the pros and the cons. And maybe the three biggest cons to ChatGPT currently are lack of real-world understanding, propensity for errors and inaccuracies, and this third one, this is the one that everyone's talking about, lack of ethical judgment. So what do these three things mean? Well, first, lack of real-world understanding. ChatGPT does not possess genuine comprehension of real-world experience, and its responses are based on patterns, correlations. It does not understand emotions or context or how meanings go within conversations, and this can sometimes lead to nonsensical or inappropriate responses to the questions or instructions that it's been given. The second one is the propensity for errors and inaccuracies. While ChatGPT aims to be helpful and aims to give accurate information, it can still produce inaccurate or misleading responses. Not only has it only been around since November of 2022, but it's continuously being added to and improved and basically learning upon itself. You have to understand that there could be errors and inaccuracies with the outputted information. And third, but certainly not last in this conversation, is the lack of ethical judgment. ChatGPT does not possess ethical judgment or values of its own. It learns from the data, and this data may be biased. This data may be controversial. This data may represent biases and stereotypes or harmful viewpoints. So it's crucial that OpenAI and the entire tech world understand, evaluate, and improve where ChatGPT or any other chatbots or anything else related to machine learning goes to avoid perpetrating biases, misinformation, and a negative output, which is the opposite of what they're trying to prove. So it's crucial to critically assess and consider the output from AI models, including ChatGPT, to avoid perpetrating biases or misinformation to the end user. And guess what, my friends? That one day will be all of civilization. So just another piece of information before we wrap up today. There are competitors to ChatGPT. Currently, Google has their version called Bard. Microsoft, who is an investor in OpenAI, by the way, has their own called Bing AI. Meta, aka Facebook, they have their own called Meta's AI. And even Amazon is working on artificial intelligence to help in the distribution of their goods around the world. So the bottom line for today's show with the brief introduction of ChatGPT is that ChatGPT is a helpful tool for information retrieval, idea brainstorming, and engaging conversation. However, it doesn't come without many unknowns and many known risks. So I encourage everyone listening or viewing to go to the website openai.com or chat.openai.com and explore a little bit. Check it out. See what it is that we're all talking about. And maybe down the road, we'll do another podcast and we'll get into the deets. That's the details. And do ChatGPT 2.0 for the What Do We Do podcast. With that, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in for another episode of the What Do We Do podcast. As I always say, live your best life, be radically generous, a great big booyah to ya. This has been episode 84, our intro to ChatGPT, and we're just getting started.
The opinions expressed in this program are for general information purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or any specific security. It's only intended to provide education about the financial industry. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult your financial advisor prior to investing. Any past performance discussed during this program is no guarantee of future results. Any indices referenced for comparison are unmanaged and cannot be invested into directly. As always, please remember investing involves risks and possible loss of principal capital. Please seek advice from a licensed professional.